So you'll go straight to your dashboard and you'll click on profiles to the left here, and automatically the SpotOn match will open. If you want to switch prospects, all you do is go to the upper right hand corner and click on switch prospects. It will give you a list of all prospects that you are currently working with, and you click on that prospect and it will give you whatever matches that that prospect has. So let's assume for just a second you would like to go ahead and send this report and register this client with one of these franchise systems. You can do this directly from the dashboard by simply hitting register. At that point, the franchisor will receive an email from you. It'll look exactly what you're seeing here. Dear Rich Helm of Office Pride, we have a client, John Wayne, who's a SpotOn match for Office Pride. To view their Eclipse report and click to accept this referral, they will click register, and then instantly they will get you will get an email back letting you know they have accepted and confirmed your registration. In turn, you will also have the contact information for that franchisor. Now, likely you already have most of them, but this is for those that you may not know who the direct contact is. Now, the franchisor can communicate with you directly by simply clicking respond, and they can communicate directly to you and you to them through the system if you choose, right? You don't have to do it this way, but this is just an option for you. Once the ZOR accepts your referral, they then will, what will happen is this part of the SpotOn match will open up in their dashboard. It'll open up automatically, and they're able then to click on the links and open up the Business Builder profile as well as the Eclipse compatibility comparison report. Once again, notice that this is coming from the broker. In this case, Brian would be sending this particular lead across. Once the franchisor clicks on the compatibility comparison report, the Eclipse report, the SpotOn match report will instantly populate. The report will come up. Note again that it will let the franchisor know who referred this lead. In this case, Doug has referred this lead to the franchisor. And the franchisor now can open up the 12-page document and see exactly how that candidate is a fit for their franchise system. Now, just an FYI, sometimes your candidate will have no franchise matches. Keep in mind, this does not mean they're not suited for franchising. It simply means that none of our inventory matches them. Your inventory might, because we may not have all of your inventory. We don't know all of the franchise systems you are working with. We're talking with various broker organizations, IFPG, FBA, FranServe, BAI. We work with all of them, and we're working, looking at ways to integrate their tools and our tools, their inventory with our inventory, so you can access the right inventory. However, if someone does not have a match, it simply means currently we do not have a franchise system that's an 85% or better fit for your candidate. So we're always adding new ZORs. This week alone, we are doing top performer blueprints on 5 franchisors. So regularly this is going to be updated. So check back. Also go backwards. Look at some franchisees or prospective franchisees that maybe you worked with 6 months ago and didn't know what to do with them. Pull up their profile and see what concepts are being recommended that are good fits, it might give you an opportunity to re-engage with that prospective franchisee that maybe went nowhere in the past. So any franchisor that has not completed the blueprint, of course, is not going to be part of the system. So if you have favorite franchisors, nudge them, ask them to do the research, and that way you have access to their data also. So sometimes currently your candidate will match with franchises that are not in your inventory. Consider, if you will, reaching out to them directly to see if they would accept a referral from you and would agree to compensate you for that referral. Consider negotiating it. Now, if you're with a franchise organization where this isn't part of how that franchise organization, that broker organization works, then consider their policies and how that might work with whatever organization that you might be with. Encourage your franchise brokerage group to get as many of their franchisors to participate as possible, but keep in mind that you may have some matches that aren't in your inventory. This actually just happened 2 weeks ago. One of our brokers had a lead with someone that was not in his inventory. He ended up being able to negotiate a deal with that franchisor, but more importantly, that franchisor ended up working with that broker firm, became a member of that broker firm. So it was kind of a win-win all the way around. Keep in mind also that this is a psychographic analysis of your candidate where they're being categorically compared to the high performers within various franchise systems. It is not an interest test. It may have you line up with nothing but cakes, and your candidate may not like cakes. And if you have a candidate like that, I would suggest you fire them because everybody should love cupcakes. But nonetheless, it is not an interest test. It is a psychographic assessment that says this person would be compatible here and they would do well in terms of performance here, but they still may not want to be in the auto repair business or in the cupcake business. Also, this data is for your eyes only. If you choose to share it with your prospective franchisee, that's totally up to you. We will never share it with the prospective franchisee. It's for you as franchise consultants and franchise brokers to use in the way that you see fit. I would, however, caution you that you don't use the data to make any kind of earning claims. So even though they're being compared to the high performers within the franchise system, and I can with great certainty suggest that that prospect could also be a high performer, you do not want to make those claims. You want to do it in the way that you've been taught by your broker organizations and what you've learned over time, that how you position it, that you're a good fit, you look a lot like the folks that do well here. As long as you're not making an earnings claim, you can use the data. Keeping in mind it's only for you anyway, and it's to help you sift through those 300 franchise systems because it's almost impossible. Our other goal, of course, is that you begin to show some concepts that maybe you hadn't pondered or considered. And just like you would ask your prospective franchisee to ponder some things that they have never considered. They came asking for a subway and you're talking to them about an elder care concept, for example. So this is to help you see out of the box also that it's less about what the business is and more about what the business does for that prospective franchisee. So we want to make sure that they're a good fit and they have the highest likelihood of success. Now, I would recommend when you hit that registration button, or if your broker group doesn't want you to hit the registration button, you can still forward the data and do the registration through your broker group that you may be working with. But either way, don't just send the data and disappear. I know you wouldn't, but I want to remind you of that. You want to stay engaged with the franchise development team. If they have done the research with us, they are familiar with the tool. Now, it doesn't mean every single person on staff within that franchise development team has been as well trained as you or as knowledgeable as you, but we believe that this common language, when you're talking about their values and you're talking about their stage of growth and you're talking about a particular competency, that franchise development person will understand what you're talking about. And what we're hoping is that the baton that's being passed will be dropped fewer times, and most importantly, that we will get more prospective franchisees across the finish line. We know when there's a good fit, the likelihood is much greater that the prospective franchisee is going to say yes. And oftentimes a prospective franchisee cannot articulate what a fit is. The psychographics articulates it, quantifies it, and allows you to very quickly determine it for them. Now they will still do their due diligence of course and determine if it's right for them, but you can be assured that the science will help you narrow the scope from 300 down to 5 or 10 or 15 franchises that are a good fit for your prospective franchisee. So if you are already a client of Zoracle and you're not already registered for the dashboard, please do so. Simply go to our website in the upper right hand corner. You'll click log in, and then this will come up. It'll either say log in or register. Register. Use the email that is on your account where you are already receiving your reports currently. Use that so the system recognizes this is your account and gives access to your account exclusively. So all you have to do is register for the dashboard, and you'll begin to be able to see all of the matches. So we're going to take some questions here, but I wanted to wrap up, Holly, with just a couple of things, and then if you could check the questions and pose them to me, that would be fabulous. So get involved. Great. Get involved, brokers, okay? We are doing our best to bring on franchisors as quickly as possible, but if you have some favorite franchisors or franchisors that you really wished you could understand better, encourage them to participate. It's a one-time research fee of $12.95. And it's normally $1,500 to $6,000. So this is a serious discount, and we're only going to do it for about 90 days. But get them to participate. A franchisor does not have to be a client of ours. Now, obviously, we want them to turn into a client of ours and use all of our tools, including for their organic leads. But they don't have to be a client of ours to be included in the SpotOn match. We just need to be able to do the research. So there are no ongoing fees for the franchisor to be included in the SpotOn match. Now there are if they have the whole program, the Eclipse, etc. So if you are already a client and using the SpotOn profile, currently, there is no charge for the SpotOn matches. You are matching today. Just go to the dashboard and they will be there for you. If you're not a client of Zoracle, try us out for 90 days. Do it for free, then you can decide if this is something for you. Learn about the SpotOn profile and how it'll help you engage your prospective franchisee and better understand them and know how they make decisions and how they process information. And then check out the matching program for the next few days.